Hello, my dear students. Now, once again, I am back with you with this philosophical and entertaining lesson, The Rat Trap. As I told you, there was a man who went around selling small rat traps of wire. He made them himself, but his business was not profitable. So, he had to pass his odd time by begging and stealing to keep himself alive. His clothes were in rags, his cheeks were sunken, and hunger could be noticed in his eyes. His life was sad and monotonous. He had no company. He was a vagabond. That means no family, no money, no company. He was roaming from one place to another. Now, children, one day he was going and he was struck by an idea that the whole world was nothing but a big rat trap. It set baits for people by offering riches and joy, shelter and food, heat and clothing, exactly as a rat trap offered cheese and pork. As soon as anyone let himself be tempted to touch the bed, the rat trap closed in on him, and then everything comes to an end. Now, children, this he used to think because he had no friend, and whoever used to talk to him, they used to talk him very rudely or in a very harsh manner. So, this ill will, that's why he had developed this feeling for the whole human being. And I told you one dark evening, in fact, he was walking slowly with heavy steps when he saw a little grey cottage by the roadside. He knocked at the door to ask shelter for the night, and what happened is the owner was an old man without having a wife or a child. He was happy to get someone to talk to in his loneliness. He served him porridge for supper and gave him tobacco for his pipe. He also shared some of the secrets with that man. And then he got out an old pack of cards and played chalice with his guests till bedtime. Now that host had been a crofter at Ramso Ironwork in his days of prosperity. He had worked on the land and now he was unable to do labor, so it was his cow who supported him. This extraordinary cow could give milk for the creamery everywhere. Creamery where they take good quality of milk for making butter, cheese. Okay. He informed this stranger that last month he had received all of 30 kronor in payment. Kronor is a currency of Sweden, as I told you earlier also. The crafter showed his guest 3 wrinkled 10 kroner bills which he had taken out of a leather pouch hanging on a nail in the window frame. Now next day both men got up early. The crofter was in a hurry to milk his cow. The other man did not want to stay in bed because he thought his host had got up. They left the cottage almost at the same time. The crofter locked the door and put the key in his pocket. The man with the rat trap said goodbye and thanked his host and went away. Then what happened? After half an hour, the rat trap peddler returned a window pane and got hold of the pouch with the 30 drawer. He stole those money and put it into his pocket. He thrust all the money into his pocket. Then he hung the leather pouch very carefully back in its place and went away. Now he felt pleased with his smartness. Then he realized that he dared not continue on the public highway, so he took to the woods. Now what happened there? He thought that he is safe there. He got into a big and confusing forest. He kept on walking without coming to an end of the forest, and finally he realized that he had only been walking around in the same part of the forest. And then he thought that he had let himself be fooled by a bait. And children, what was the bait? The 3 crore rupees, which 30 crore which he had stolen from the host. The whole forest seemed to him like an impenetrable prison from which he could never escape. Now, children, when he realized that he was moving in a circular motion and coming to the same place again and again, he thought that there is no place, a door or a place to go outside from here. And children, why he came to the forest? Because he stole the money, 30 crore from the host, from where he was staying last night. So he thought his situation is also like a rat. This whole parrot seems to him like a rat trap, and he is a rat, and who is allured by what? By 30 crore of rupees which had stolen from his host who had given him shelter at night. Now see what happened to him. So he was very tired also, and since it was December, during the Christmas time, it was cold also. Darkness increased the dangers as also his gloom and despair. It was getting dark. He got tired also, and with the darkness the gloom was also increasing. He sank down on the ground as he was quite tired, and now he heard the sound of hammer strokes. So now I will be reading from here. Page number 34. The last paragraph. As he walked along with the money in his pocket, I think this also we have done, so I am here. Page number 35. It was late in December. Darkness was already descending over the forest. This increased the danger and increased also his gloom and despair. So it was winter time, darkness was increasing. So, and he was in the forest, so there was a lot of danger for him. He can be eaten away by any wild animal. At the same time, he was gloom is sadness and despair. He was surrounded by gloom and sadness because he was thinking whether he would be able to go out from this forest or he will die here only. Now he was so tired that he sank down to the ground. He slept on the ground. Tired to death. That means he was very tired, thinking that his last moment had come. He was so tired that he was thinking that he may die any moment. But just as he laid his head on the ground, he heard a sound, a hard, regular thumping. Now, children, when he laid on the ground, what he heard? He heard a sound. And what type of sound was that? He heard as if somebody is thumping there on the ground. Okay. Thumping means giving heavy blow to the. He was hearing the heavy blow as if somebody is beating heavily at something. Now he got up and staggered in the direction of the sound. Staggered means he was not able to walk properly. There was no uniformity of the steps. So he was simply staggering in the direction of the sound. He reached a forge where the master smith and his helper sat near the furnace waiting for the pig iron to be ready to put on the anvil. Now, children, I told you Sweden was the place where a lot of iron ore was there. So what he saw now, he saw a lot of people were there and who were working in that iron ore, the place where lot of iron was found. So he reached a forge. Forge is a type of furnace, bhatti, where the master smith and his helper sat near the furnace waiting for the pig iron to be ready to put on the anvil. Anvil is a heavy iron block on which is this blacksmith they work. Okay. So he came, he saw that many farmers, that many blacksmith there and many laborers they are sitting near the furnace. Furnace का क्या मीनिंग होता है? Furnace means भट्टी. So they were waiting for the pig iron to be ready to put on the anvil. There were many sounds. Big bellows groaned. Now children, and then he can hear lot of sound. Okay, like big bellow groaned, burning coal cracked. The fire boy shoveled charcoal with a great deal of clatter. The waterfall roared. A sharp north wind whipped the rain against the brick tiled roof. On account of all this noise, the blacksmith did not notice that a man had opened the gate and entered the forge until the stranger stood close up to the furnace. So now let's see what happened. Then he heard a lot of sound. Okay. I'm here. Let me mark where I'm reading. He heard a sound, a hard, regular thumping. There was no doubt as to what that was. He raised himself. Those are the hammer strokes from an iron mill. Now, children, he knows those sound. He told these are the sound coming somewhere near an iron mill. He thought there must be people nearby, and children, he was very happy. Till now, he was thinking that nobody is there, and he may die at that night. But now when he heard that hammer stroke, he was happy. He thought there must be people nearby. He summoned means called. All his strength got up and staggered in the direction of the sound. Staggered means not move properly. He was not able to move properly. His steps were not uniform. So he went to the direction from where the sound was coming. The Ramsos ironwork, which are now closed down. Now, what did he see there? He saw Ramsos ironwork. You can see. Did you remember this word? This was the place where who used to work? The host who had given shelter him at the night when he was young, when he was a farmer, when he used to work on land. So he used to work here only. So it was written there, Ramses ironwork, which are now closed down, and the factory, the whole mill had been closed now. Okay. Not so long ago, large plant with a smelter, rolling mill and forge. Now children, it was a large plant, and there was a rolling mill on that. There was a, what is this word? A smelter. It was also there. And forge. Forge is a furnace. Forge means furnace. Furnace, what is the meaning of furnace? Furnace means bhatti. In the summertime, long lines of heavily loaded barges and scows slid down the canal. Actually, in the summertime, long line of heavily loaded barges and scows slid down the canal, which led to a large inland lake. And in the winter time, the roads near the mills were black from all the coal dust, which shifted down from the black charcoal crates. So this was the scene created by the mill, that in the winter time the roads were covered with black coal dust. Okay, and in the summer time, long lines of heavily loaded barges and scows slid down the canal. So this was the situation. During one of the long dark evenings just before Christmas, the master smith and his helper sat in the dark forge near the furnace, waiting for the pig iron, which had been put in the fire. Now children, it was a dark evening just before the Christmas. That means it was a Christmas Eve. The master smith, the master whose name was Smith, and his helper sat in the dark forge near the furnace, waiting for the pig iron which had been put in the fire to be ready to put on the anvil. Anvil is a heavy iron block on which smith work. So that was put on the anvil. Mass with a long iron bar, returning in a few moments, dripping with perspiration, though, as was the custom, he wore nothing but a long shirt and a pair of wooden shoes. Now, children, one of them from that team got up and returning in a few moments, dripping with perspiration. That perspiration is a sweat. His whole body was covered with sweat, though as he was the custom, he wore nothing but a long shirt and a pair of wooden shoes. And what he was putting? A long shirt and a pair of shoes, wooden shoes. All the time there were many sounds to be heard in the forge. Now near the forge, many types of sound can be heard. The big bellows groaned and the burning coal cracked. So this is all the sound which is natural sounds. Okay, this is all a natural sound. So big bellows. What happened? The big bellows. This was a scene. This was a sound. These now are the things which I am describing is the thing which is producing sound. Different type of sound can be heard by that rat trap seller. Okay, so there were many types of sound to be heard in the forge. The big bellows groaned and the burning coal cracked. Sometimes he was hearing the sound of the burning coal which was cracking. The fire boy shoveled charcoal into the maw of the furnace with a great deal of clatter. And Shaw boy was there, and the mouth of the furnace was very big, so he has to put what? He had to. The big bellows groaned and the burning coal crackled. The fire boy shoveled charcoal into the maw of the furnace with a great deal of clatter. So he had to put something inside the furnace, the charcoal, and outside roared the waterfall. Then children, he heard some other natural sound like the water which was falling. Its sound was heard, and a sharp north wind whipped to the rain against the pricked tiled roof. Of course, there was a whip means struck. There was a drizzling was going on. Okay, and wind was also there which was roaring the waterfall, and sharp north wind whipped the rain against the brick tiled roof. So there was a drizzling also. It was probably on account of all this noise that the blacksmith did not notice that a man had opened the gate and entered the forge. Now children, so much noise was coming that big man was engrossed in himself, and what happened, he did not notice that somebody had opened the gate and he is coming and standing near him, near the furnace. Surely it was nothing unusual for poor vagabonds without any better shelter for the night to be attracted to the forge by the glow of light which escaped through the sooty panes and to come to the warmth themselves. Now children, he was thinking he came to the right place, because at night time nobody will be there in the factory or in the mill. So there he will pass his time, he will sleep, and he will be having a peaceful sleep. So this he was thinking. Surely it was nothing unusual for poor vagabond without any better shelter for the night to be attracted to the forge by the glow of light which escaped through the sooty panes, and to come in to warm themselves in front of the fire. The blacksmith glanced only casually and indefinitely at the intruder. Now children, blacksmith, he was so busy, he was so engrossed in his in his work that he only could cast a glance on him. He glanced for a fraction of second, and it was a casual glance. Casually means by chance. He did not look at him purposely. By chance he was looking at him, but then also he did not notice that he is a so the blacksmith glanced only casually and indifferently at the intruder. He looked the way people of his type usually did, with a long beard, dirty, ragged, and with a bunch of rat traps dangling on his chest. Now, the blacksmith glanced only casually and indifferently at the intruder. And children, he was looking in a very intent manner. He was looking at him. Why he was looking intently at the intruder? Intruder means one who comes uninvited. That means the person who came to his meal uninvited. And who was that? Rat trap seller. He came to his meal there. He was not invited, but he was uninvited. So, and he saw him. He looked the way people of his type usually did, with a long beard, dirty, ragged, and with a bunch of rat trap dangling on his chest. Now, what did he see? He saw a man is there with a rat trap, and his clothes are worn out. He's putting a very old and shabby rug in his body. He's putting that thing, and he's carrying rat traps in his hand. Now, altogether his looks were very shabby. So he looked at him, the iron smith. Okay, he watched him very carefully, at his long beard, at his dirty ragged, and with a bunch of rat traps dangling on his chest. Now what happened? Let's see. So he was surprised that who came near him in such a dirty way. He was looking very shabby. He asked permission to stay, and the master blacksmith nodded a hearty consent without honoring him with a single word. Now he took the permission to stay there. The blacksmith, he told he can stay here without looking at him, and he told permission that at night you can stay here for your comfort, or otherwise if you don't want, you can leave it. But he did not honor him. He did not ask him to sit. He did not attend him, so he did not honor him. The tramp did not say anything. Either he had not come there to talk, but only to warm himself and sleep. Now, children, the tramp is a person who runs from here and there. That is vagabond. So he had not come there to talk, but only to warm himself and sleep. Now he was not also interested in talking. He made himself warm, and then he was going to sleep. In those days, the Ramshaws iron mill was owned by a very prominent iron master, whose great ambition was to ship out good iron to the market. Now, children, at that time, the Ramshaws iron mill, it was owned by a very prominent is important iron master. That means the person was very well settled, and he was very important person, whose greatest ambition was to ship out good iron to the market. Now, children, his greatest mission was, what was his greatest mission? Mission here means work. What was his important work was, whose greatest ambition was to he wanted to ship out good iron to the market. That means he wanted to import export the iron to the world market. He watched both night and day to see that the work was done as well as possible, and at this very moment he came into the forge on one of his nightly round of inspection. Now children, let me explain this paragraph again. In those days, the Ramjos iron mill was owned by a very prominent master, whose greatest ambition was to ship out good iron to the market. Now children, at that time, once upon a time, this mill was under someone else who was a very famous iron master, and whose great ambition was to ship out good iron to the market. Now his aim was to do business, and which business he would like to do? That the good iron ore he will sell to the world market. He watched both night and day to see that the work was done as well as possible, and at this very moment he became into the forge on one of the nightly rounds of inspection. Now children, he was thinking to do the export business, and children, he was also taking round. His job was also to take the round of that place. Naturally, the first thing he saw was a tall ragamuffin who had eased his way. So one night he came. Children, did you remember who was he? He was a host who had given shelter to him. Naturally, the first thing he saw was a tall ragamuffin who had eased his way so close to the furnace that steam rose from his wet rags. Now, that gentleman, he went towards the furnace, and his clothes were wet, but due to the heat of the furnace, that the steam started rising from his wet rags. The iron master did not follow the example of the blacksmith, who had already designed to look at the stranger. He walked close up to him, looked him over very carefully, then tore off his slouch hat to get a better view of his face. Now children, this was done by whom? The iron master did not follow the example of the blacksmith, who had hardly designed to look at the stranger. Now he was not looking at the stranger, who walked to him, was close to him, looked him over very carefully, then tore off his slouch hat to get a better view of his face. Slouch hat is a hat with a wide flexible brim. Prominent means eminent, and one more word I think I should tell you the meaning, that is ragamuffin. A person who is in dirty torn clothes, that is known as ragamuffin. And slouch hat is a hat with a wide flexible brim, brim. So he looked at him very carefully. But of course, is it you, Niels Olof? Now children, a miracle has happened. Now he was thinking that the person who had come, that the rat trap seller who was here, it was his old acquaintance. Acquaintance means a person to whom we know. Okay. So he thought he is none other than, it is written here, what is his name? It is some very peculiar name is written here. See, yes, Niels Olof. So but of course it is you, Niels Olof. Now children, he is not able to identify the rat trap seller. He says that, I know you are a Niels Olof, and how are you looking now? The man with the rat traps had never before seen the iron master at Ramjos, and did not even know what his name was. Now children, the man who was selling rat trap, who had never seen before this iron master and did not even know what his name was, But it occurred to him that if the fine gentleman thought he was an old acquaintance, it might perhaps throw him couple of nor. Therefore, he did not want to undeceive him all at once. Now, children, here the interesting part of the story is there. Now, he mistook him for his old friend, who the ironsmith. He mistook him for his old friend. He called him Niels Olof and wondered how he looked. Okay, he's thinking that his friend is back now, but he is different. His look has changed, so he's telling you how you are looking a bit different. The man with the rat trap had never before seen the iron master at Ramjo's and did not even know what his name was. He thought that the iron master might perhaps throw his old acquaintance a couple to Norner, so he did not tell him that he was mistaken. Now, children, he thought that this man knew, and suppose if he will know the truth about him, he will hand over to the police. Now, which truth? Because till now he is not able to recognize. He is calling him Niels Olof, who was his old friend. So he is thinking that iron rat trap seller, he is his old friend Niels Olof, and he is thinking ki if I will say yes to him, then he will report to the police and they will come and catch him. So he did not even told him that he was mistaken. That means he did not even tell that the person to whom you are thinking is not that person. He is somebody else. The iron master observed that he should not have resigned from the man with the rat traps had never before seen the iron master at Ramjo's and did not even know what his name was. He thought that the iron master might perhaps throw his old acquaintance a couple to Nor. It is Ronner. So he did not tell him that he was mistaken. The iron master observed that he should not have resigned from the regiment. Then he asked the stranger to come home with him. The tramp did not agree. He thought of the 30 nor going up to the manor house would be like throwing himself into the lion's decks. So, children, again in my next video I will be explaining the last part, the last paragraph which I have explained just now. Once again I will explain you. Okay, it will be more clear to you. And with this I end my video here. Now wait for the next video. Thank you and have a nice day ahead. I mean to say, children, see the destiny, what is written in the destiny. In what I have read today, I have told you that his see the destiny. He want to save his life, his hope blessed now that he won't be able to save his life now, but something else is written in his destiny. He goes to the place where he is hearing a lot of sound and he can see it is a mill, it is the iron mill. Now somebody is confused with his face. Okay, and he that somebody is a very important person. In fact, he is the owner of a big house, and he tells him that I hope you are so and so. He wanted to tell yes, no, but he could not tell him no because of one reason. He could not tell him no. What was the reason? He thought if he will tell him, then the man might hand over to the police. He might hand over him to the police. So with this, children, I end my video here. Thank you and have a wonderful day. But at the same time, you study hard. Don't waste your time by sitting idle and doing something else. You have to work very hard in all the subjects to get a good percentage. So please listen to the video. you, and then we leave now. Thank you and have a nice day ahead.